Hey guys, doing a little project here. You see this arch thingamajig? This is where people in Mexico put their images, like the image of Guadalupe or that guy that looks like a homosexual they have hanging on a cross. I don't know who that's supposed to be, but it certainly isn't Jesus. But I've had this in my family since I was a child. I remember it. And it was made by somebody named Zovar. I cut a line through it to give it some grip on the back. Rocks Cry Out Studios by Zovar. I called the number. Of course, nobody's there. This number is from like over 35 years ago. I remember when we got this as a child. I was probably around 8. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right here. Then I'm going to grout around it and repaint and everything. And but I wanted to talk a little bit about Christmas today. I want to talk about Christmas while I do this. And for those of you who are faithful to the Lord and they don't idolize Christmas, they don't acknowledge Christmas, they actually speak out against it. Sometimes you think you're alone and you're by yourself, but I want you to know that God has an army of people that have not bent a knee to Baal. Because that's essentially what Christmas is. It's Baal worship. It's a pagan holiday. Everything leads back to Baal worship. It's a god, it's not a real god, obviously. It's a false god that has many different names, but it all leads back to Baal worship. And the only thing I don't like about this is the cross. See, I don't like how people change the cross, Like this looks like a Catholic cross. I don't like that, The cross is just basically 2 splinted pieces of wood. It's nothing fancy. It's not gold. It doesn't have fancy ends on it. It's just basic as basic can be. So I don't like that, but I'm not sure what I can do about it at this point. Maybe I can change it later once this stuff peels off. I don't want to peel it off myself now, but I can maybe change it later. But for right now, I'm not too worried about it because at least it doesn't have a dead Jesus hanging on it. But God has an army that has not bent a knee to Baal, so be of good courage and don't let. I know it's sometimes it's like, wow, how do all these what seems like men of God not care? Like, this guy, it's a preacher. There's a few preachers actually that encourage the bending of knees to Baal through Christmas idolatry. And it's like, wow, if I can be deceived, if these guys can be deceived, what can I be deceived by, right? And it's like, wow, we just really have to have our guard up and we really have to be careful and cautious. And really, if we're really seeking truth, God will show us. But a lot of people aren't really seeking truth is the problem. So, and a lot of people don't. A lot of folks won't even speak out against it. I know a guy who's having a seminar in Fort Myers, and one of his keynote speakers is a Baal worshiper. And he doesn't care, and it's been brought to his attention through comments in his YouTube channel, and he does not care. It does not bother him one bit. And part of his camp is into Calvinism. And preaching original sin, and he does not care. And it's just like, wow, how do these people not care about these things that offend God? But be of good courage. God has an army that has not bent a knee to Baal. God bless you guys.